Hello and welcome to Caravanning with the Missus. Thank you very much for watching, thanks for tuning in, thanks for subscribing and all that jazz. I hope you're well. Today's little vlog it's just going to be a quick summary of our experience at this year's, hang on, let's read, I've got my notes down here, at this year's, got to get it the right way around, Caravan Camping and Motorhome show at the Birmingham NEC. I've got my notes down here, so I'm going to try and look at the camera. However, I imagine I'll be looking at my notes for a reasonable amount of time, but I'll try not to. Anyway, so yeah, we weren't actually going to go, to be honest. We don't usually go to the shows. It's the first time we've been. So we weren't going to go, but then we realised tickets are quite cheap. So we thought, well, why not? So let's check it out. So yeah, so the main reasons that we went to this year's show, we didn't want to buy anything, definitely didn't want to buy anything. However, we're just curious about looking around other caravans, Bailey caravans and other makes and all different shapes and sizes to see what's around. And also, we also wanted to have a look at the new Bailey Discovery range, because that's what we've got, Bailey Discovery. It's interesting to see how they've revamped it, see if they're any good. It'd also be nice to bump into fellow vloggers, so we thought that would be nice if we could do that. And at the same time, we'll see if there is any innovative things that we could use maybe on our caravanning trips. But we're very, very conscious about being sucked into salesman's blurb, because we don't want to be persuaded to buy something that we don't actually need. So just keep tabs on all that. And also another reason that we went is it's a day out for us. It's the first time we've been out pretty much this year, to be honest, because Sadie's still getting over the loss of our little hound. So yes, Camping Caravanning show. It's just down the road from us. We're in Leicester, so Birmingham's only about a 40-minute drive along the M69, and we pretty much live near the Leicester end of the M69. So it's really quick and easy for us to get on the M69, and when we're on it, it's only about 40-minute drive there. M69, M42. So that was great. That was a nice, easy trip there, which is great. Parking was nice and easy, everybody was nice, helpful and friendly, so that was lovely. And yeah, so it was nice to get there. A bit of walking out the car to find the place, because obviously it's a massive complex and it was pretty busy actually. There's a couple of other shows on there as well. But anyway, so we got there, we got into the show. On the way there, I remember sort of thinking, oh, I wonder how long it's going to be before Sadie starts saying, I'm bored. I thought, well, it's going to be about an hour at least. But no, she surpassed herself. Literally within about the first 30 minutes, we were looking around Hall 5, I think it was, looking around Hall 5, and within about 30 minutes, Sadie starts saying, I'm bored. Bless her. I mean, that's the thing. If we're not gone there particularly to see anything in particular, we're not really interested in buying anything. Of course, there's not really that much that we're particularly interested in. But we had a little look round at the bits and bobs and stuff, so that was fine. And then, yeah, we started off at halls 4 and 5, looking at accessories and batteries and stuff. We also had a look into a couple of the speakers that were going on, which was, well, we didn't find them very interesting actually. I suppose caravanning isn't a particularly interesting subject in general. But anyway, yeah, a couple of bits and bobs we looked at, so that was great. Yeah, half an hour, Sadie was saying she's bored. But then about 20 minutes after that, guess who we bumped into? Yes, we bumped into these two, the wonderful Andy and Kim from Tanks on Tour. So that was nice to bump into them. We have met up with them about a year ago when we were caravanning near where they live, down south. So it was nice to bump into them. And as it happens, just when we bumped into them, we were just thinking about going to the nearest Wetherspoons for a quick pint. Because in the complex, just a couple of halls down, there's a Wetherspoons, so that was quite nice. So we all went there, all 4 of us, me, Sadie, Andy and Kim, so that was nice, have a catch up with them. Had a nice pint there, which was very, very nice. Thank you very much, Kim, for buying that. I owe you one. And that was good. And then we then cracked on with the show, went our separate ways, left them at the pub, and we cracked on with the show. We got some nice tips from them as well about a vodka and toffee drink, which we bought. So that was very nice. So we just had a little bit of it. It's very nice stuff, actually. Vodka and toffee, lovely. We were assured it was vegan, so there you go. And also, oh yes, Kim also told us about this curry base sauce, which we had a taster of somebody on their stall that they were doing, and we weren't that keen, to be honest, so we didn't bother buying any of that. So yep, we then went and spent the next couple of hours looking around halls 1 to 3, which was mostly the caravans and the motorhomes. So that was good, quite enjoyed that. Just having a look at other caravans, seeing what the layouts are like, how they're put together and how spacious they are and all the rest of it. One thing I did notice actually, sitting down on the more expensive caravans, is how comfortable the seats can be. So compared to our caravan, the other caravans generally have much more comfortable seats. So that's one thing I hadn't really realised until you go and try them in other caravans. So that's one thing, that's one takeaway from the show that we will be doing something about. So we're going to have a look. I think it's only a couple of £100 to get some foam inserts because the covers are replaceable on our seats. So I think we might look into that. But yes, that was quite interesting, looking at other caravans and the motorhomes and camper vans as well. So it's quite interesting. And we looked around the other Bailey Discovery D4s, which were interesting. There's some things that we liked about them and some things that we didn't. Some things that we prefer on our caravan, but that was nice. So yeah, that was really enjoyable. That was an enjoyable second half. Oh yeah, one thing we did find is quite amazed at the price difference between Bailey caravans and all the others, pretty much. And it's true what Bailey seem to be using that as a tagline now, that Bailey caravans, or certainly the Discovery range, are a hell of a lot, thousands of pounds cheaper than their rivals. Like for example, the Basecamp 4, which is Swift's competitor to the Bailey Discovery D44, which is our caravan. I mean, the Basecamp 4 was 25.5 grand, and ours is, the 23 version, is 21.5 grand, so about 4 grand cheaper. And yet ours is quite a bit bigger, it's got a fixed bed, and it's got a proper bathroom as well. And it's only 50 kilograms heavier than the Basecamp 4. So yeah, so not only that, a load of other prices, and yeah, the Bailey Discovery range, much cheaper than a lot of the others, and it's pretty good quality. I quite like it, to be honest. So that was all interesting, looking at the other caravans and stuff. Oh yeah, the other thing I had a look, they had a dissected Truma combi heater on display in the Truma stand, and there was a bloke standing next to it without much, looking a bit bored. So I was just asking him, finding out how it works actually, and he was pointing to all the bits, saying yeah, this is where the gas comes in, that's the heating chamber and all the rest of that. So that was quite interesting, and he told me how to replace the heating elements if I need to, basically undo a load of screws at the end, pull it out and put the new elements in. So quite easy, just need to undo a lot of screws. So that was quite interesting. And then yeah, a couple of hours later, we went back to Spoons for our last pint of the day. We jokingly said on the way there that wouldn't it be funny if the tanks were still there? And surprise, surprise, they were. Yeah, nice one. Hardcore, so yeah, well done to them. But not only were they still there, they'd also been joined by this lot. So yeah, that's Graham from Caravan Vlogger, and also Kevin and Jack from, let me get this the right way around, Grandad and Grandson's Adventures. So that was great to meet all them lot. So hi chaps, if you're all watching. But yeah, it was lovely to meet you all. So I enjoyed that. That was probably the highlight of the trip, to be honest. So that was nice to get together with all those. Well, it was only a fleeting high, but that was lovely. And then after another pinty poos with them, we then went back into the show for a last quick look round, just a quick look round, and then we decided to go home. It's probably about 3:30, 4-ish that we went home, along via the M69 and M6 this time, or M6 and M69. And that took about 40 minutes without any problems at all. So yes, lovely. Conclusion, so we had an enjoyable day out, that was nice, pretty much largely because we met the others, so that was really nice to see the others. Obviously everyone there is trying to sell you stuff, so we're careful not to get taken in too much by the salesman's patter and come away with a load of stuff that we didn't actually need. But we found that quite easy to do, as long as we make it obvious we're not buying stuff. And the highlight was definitely meeting everybody, which was great. And we'd like to go again, probably, maybe next year, because we want to get caravanning this year. So it'd be nice maybe to meet up again next year and perhaps have an evening session there or something, because I presume we'll all be in our caravans, because we weren't able to take our caravans this year, but hopefully we'll next year. So yeah, that'd be nice. Maybe have an evening beer, that'd be great. Anyway, so yeah, quite enjoyed that. Nice little day out, lovely jobbly, and quite cheap as well. We got the tickets, it was only £9.50 each, because we got them quite early on through the Caravan Camping Club, which was nice. So there we go. So yeah, our next trip is on March the 10th, a couple of weeks' time, at Mill Avon Holiday Park near Tewkesbury. So looking forward to that. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And if you do subscribe, just make sure you haven't already subscribed. Otherwise, you might accidentally unsubscribe yourself. So thanks for watching and all that. Laters taters.